What's up, guys? This is another episode of Young Listeners Talk, and we have a special guest on today. Before Worlds, we have Jurins Kengamu. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Jurins Kengamu. I'm an A3 kilo IPF lifter and I lift for Great Britain.
Mm. So, how did you get into powerlifting, and what led you to competing? Like, how did you get into the gym first?
I mean, powerlifting was again that's what everybody else will tell you. It
Yeah.
was not something I knew that it existed as a sport. So from a young age, I used to be a footballer. I
Mm.
played all the way to a semi-pro level.
Yeah,
But
real football, not
yeah,
not American football. Yeah, yeah,
no. We're talking about real football. I mean,
exactly,
no, those handball they call them football. No.
exactly.
So I played until the age of 17 and a half.
Mm.
So um, I literally got a lot of injuries, and I had one of the major one was my elbow, smashed my elbow to 35 pieces. So
Mm. Wow.
that led to my parents making an executive decision saying, enough about football, go back to school. I mean,
Mm.
we had these injuries. So yeah, I left football. Of course, I went back to my studies. Went to university and all of that stuff. Started playing a little bit of rugby as well. But again, the physical nature of that sport is just ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, the first time I stepped foot in the gym to train, I think it was in around August 2015.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that basically this was just like everybody has to go to the gym to get muscles and look good. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So and I moved from I used to live from different location of the city. I moved up north around I think it was about February, March. I joined this commercial gym and I saw someone lifting, benching and all of that. And because again, as I said, I didn't know what powerlifting
Mm.
was. I
Yeah.
just asked the individual, I said, is there anybody actually here that lifts a serious weight? Because I want to be around people that lift a big weight because I want to get stronger.
Mm.
He said, oh, you mean, what do you mean? I was like people that can bench, deadlift, and squat. It was like powerlifting. I was like, what is that? And I didn't even know what
Ah.
it was. You
Okay.
mean people that do powerlifting? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. All I want to know is there, do you have people here that lift weight, serious weight, so I can
yeah.
train around with? So, yeah, and he said to me, oh, yeah, me and my mates, we do it. So we start training together, and then, yeah, the rest is just history. So since 2016, it's a sport I joined in, I didn't know they existed. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Is this someone we would like recognize now? Like these lifters that
Oh,
got you into?
it's Joey. He's on the team TV
Ah.
as participants. So I think when you met me in Sheffield, he was
Yeah.
with me. They the little Asian
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So that's him. So he's been a friend. He's been my coach since, and yeah, it's been
Hmm.
incredible. And it's been long. So but yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. So, how was your first meet then? Like, how did that go, and when was it?
So I started the compound training movement in again, as I said, I think February or March, somewhere around there. And because Joey had his first competition like in April because he was doing it, of course, before me.
Yeah.
And I think mine was in July, I think. I just did a divisional in
Mm.
July, signed up, turned up, and yeah, it was squat bench deadlift. It was exciting just to see what I was capable of in front of the judges, in front of everybody. At
Mm.
that time, of course, you're not looking into the international stage. You're not looking into the national stage. You're just looking around your division like everybody else does. Yeah, it does in terms of like, oh, who's stronger than my weight class? You know what I mean? Who am I gonna go
Mm.
up against? So I think I turned up to that division. My first meet, I think I took about 620 or 615, something like that.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it was exciting. I don't think I missed any lift. I think it was one of them ones like I just want to have fun. I had really so much fun. And
Yeah.
if you tell me back then that powerlifting will get to where it is with me now, I would say like you're joking. No, I just did it for fun and probably one or two other meter, then I will stop. But again, I'm the type of person when I start doing something when I mean it, it's just I stick around.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. What type of body weight were you sitting at then? Were you weight class down or have you always been 83?
No, I've always been an 83. Always been an
Mm.
83.
Okay.
When I started, I was around 75, 77 kilos,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
7 kilos. And again, I didn't know the mechanics around. Of course, we always say math moves math in terms of like you
Yeah.
need to go weight to, what I mean, to get what progress you deserve. But back then, again, as I said, it was not something that I did care much. I didn't care about nutrition. I didn't care about anything. To me, I was just doing it for me. Even now, I still do it for me. It was just for
Yeah.
fun. It was not about I would turn up on the platform and I get beaten. I'll be like, oh, why did I get beaten? No. Yes, the competitive mindset is there, but at the end of the day, I don't push myself. Don't put myself too much pressure in terms of like succeeding. Right? If I
Mm.
succeed, enough. If I don't, I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that was the mindset, and I was around 77, 78 kilo, and then I think leading to my meet, I had to start eating, drinking because when they told me I need to be 83, and in my head I was like, because they say I need to be 83, I have to be 83, otherwise
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't compete. So it was literally like eating, drinking. Like I stopped walking around. I stopped my accessories. I stopped the car. I was like, no, I need to be 83. But I think I ended up weighing like 82 something. But funny
Yeah.
enough, like 2 days later, I went back to like 88 or 87. So 38 or 37. So I was not worried about how much I'm gonna weigh. I was just worried about having fun. So
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. All
Cool.
right. And then what were your thoughts after the meet? Were you thinking like, "Oh, this sport is really fun. I got to get really good at it. I got to go to nationals," or like, were you still taking it for fun? Did you just get back in the gym and?
not so much getting good at it. I think in my first meet, I think I scored like I can't remember again anymore. I think about 210, 215, something like that, and benched about 145 and pulled about 260 or something,
Mm.
somewhere around those numbers.
Mm.
But it was more about, okay, if I can do this now, been training for 3, 4 months, I'm able to do this. So what would happen if I actually put a little bit more effort into this?
Mm.
See what I'm
Yeah.
capable of, and back then as well. I think when I came my first meet, because Joey, my mate, said to me, my coach said to me, okay, the total you total there, you qualify yourself for the British. Because back then, the qualification for the British in the 83, I think it was about 575, something like that.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said to me, like, the 820, the 620 you total there, you qualify for the 83. So if you're going to
Mm.
do the nationals, we might as well go and do the nationals. And then I think that was 2016. And of course, the world championships happened. And I started now learning about powerlifting. Even
Yeah.
after my first meet, I didn't know nothing about powerlifting. I didn't know who was doing what. And I started learning people. So I started basically searching my weight class and seeing how people lift, what's the level there. And of course, I started learning about people like Beckford, Owen Hubbard in the UK. And of course, internationally, they had Brett Gibbs, you had John Hack, and these
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
internationally. I was like, oh, God. I was looking at those numbers. I was like, for fuck no, that no way. There's no way I will get to that
Yeah.
level. All I will do that if I can qualify for the nationals and share the platform with Owen, share
Mm.
the platform with Daniel Bedford, I'll be happy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'll be more than happy. To me, that's
Yeah.
to me, I've made it. I don't care about anything else. So the focus was literally just getting to the national, and then we end up prepping for the national that year.
Mm. All right. What age were you when you started powerlifting? By the way, what age were you at your first
Oh,
meet?
I was very old, mate. I said to people, strength doesn't have age, but to me, it just I was 20. So 2016, I was 28, turning 28
Damn.
when I started
Oh,
out.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was not a young spring chicken. Nowadays, you see people for like yourself. You guys are young,
Yeah.
going powerlifting, doing powerlifting, and training powerlifting. I didn't have that opportunity. So me, it just happened at 28. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. How was the experience of your first nationals? I don't know where I heard it, but I think you bombed out at one of your earlier
Oh
meets.
yeah, oh,
Is it this
100%.
one?
Yeah, that's the meat, mate. That's the meat that shaped the history.
Mm.
So basically, when we go to the prep for that national, I got injured. Right? I injured my lower back. Funny enough, it was some stupid way. You know, I think I
Mm.
was doing deadlifts. I was doing them with, I think I was like 200, 210, something like that. So
Yeah.
I was a 260 puller then, but I
Mm.
had 210. I think I was doing for like threes. For some because at that time I was a conventional puller. I was not always a sumo puller.
Uh-huh.
That's
Okay.
why my sumo is not perfect. I pull sumo like someone pulling conventional because I know people give me grief about it, but I am a conventional puller.
Mm.
So I was doing deadlift and I think 10 or something like that. And then I felt a kick on my back. And I sat down for like 5 minutes and I couldn't get up. Yeah.
Damn.
So the pain was ridiculous. But I'm the type of person that literally I can tolerate pain. But when I'm telling you it's painful, that means it's serious.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's serious, getting serious. So yeah. Um I tried to rehab my back. I started coming back a little bit, start training again. And I think that, again, when I think about it, that's probably where the idea of that tempo squatting heavyweight me
Mm. Okay.
came about because through that injury, I was so fucked up so badly and I could not get the speed down anymore because my back was in pain. But still, again, this is not the advice I'll give to young people. When you're injured, just rehab, get healthy, go back again. Do not live the while being injured. It does not help at all.
Mm.
So, but I did do that because to me, it's like the focus was the nationals. I don't care how banged up I am. I need to share that platform with Owen and Bedford because that opportunity maybe might not arise anymore. Because again, I was 28 and I had life goals and life was moving really fast for
Yeah.
me. And I was when these responsibility crept up, maybe I might not have time to train anymore. So I turned up to the national. I did my first squats. I think I did my second. I squatted 220, even though my previous best was 215, but with a broken back, I squatted 220. I think I failed my third squat, I think. But the reason I bombed that is because my handler, my opening bench, he opened with the heaviest bench I've ever done in training.
Damn.
Again, these are the things that we all learning. Although
Mm.
I was injured, but I really believe if he went conservative on my bench press, I would have at least finished that meet. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Not
Yeah.
PRs or whatever, but at least finish the meet. But he opened with the biggest bench I've done in training, which was 152 kilos.
Mm.
Just bear in mind, my previous best was like 140, 145.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So he opened with that, and then again, because of the injury I had in my back, my legs, just didn't have the leg drive to push
Yeah.
that way. So I tried it 3 times, it didn't happen, and then that's the story. I bombed out. But even when I bombed out, the fact that I was squatting on the same platform as Owen and Bedford, I didn't give a shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
These guys were
Yeah.
wearing a GB singlet, and
Mm.
I had my what singlet was I wearing? I think it's like Strength Shop or whatever. I was just
Yeah.
like, I don't give a shit. I bombed out. I shared the platform with them. Next year, I'll come back again. So I think that's what stemmed to me to carry on because
Yeah.
I enjoyed that national, even though it didn't go well for me. But I said, look, I want to come back again and see when I'm not injured what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair
So yeah.
enough. Yeah, that's a good mentality to have. It's definitely you see it reoccur in other like high level lifters.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because people deal with injuries differently. Well, touch wood, like that was the only major injury I've ever had.
Mm.
But in our lifting career right now, what we do, we have niggles left, right, and center. You just learn how to manage these things. You know what I mean? So I remember leading to Malta last year.
Mm.
I sprained my groin.
Ah.
It was so painful. And I was like, what? I was like 4 or 5 weeks out.
Poof.
But
Yeah.
it's still, that was not the excuse that stemmed to the performance I delivered in Malta. But even though it was 4 or 5 weeks, during that prep, I did a massive FBD. I think it was about 825 or something like that
Yeah.
with that plane. And I said to myself, with that plane, if I can do it, I mean, on that platform, if I'm healthy, I will do some damage. So that's why that confidence was there. But the reality is, again, as I said, you have those injuries, you have those niggles. You just have to be able to manage around them to be able to progress. You can't just give up because what your knees hurt or because your hip
Yeah.
hurts or because of the pec pain or whatever. It's just like you need to learn how to manage them. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So how was the next experience at the next nationals? Did you get your revenge?
Oh, when I went back to the national in 2017. So basically, what happened is I did. Actually, it wasn't a national. I did the All England in 2017. Like the first thing I did was All England to qualify for
Uh-huh.
the to
Okay.
qualify for the Commonwealth. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the All England so I can qualify for the Commonwealth and see how it goes. Then I did the All England and I won it. I think it was 655 or 660, something like
Okay.
that. I won that All England and I went to the Commonwealth in South Africa.
Yeah. Okay.
I won the Commonwealth with like six was it six? I can't remember anymore what it was. So yeah, and then I came back. Fun enough, I came back. I came back from the Commonwealth, and I think I did the nationals.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I did the national when I came back. One of them, I did the national, or I did the national before the Commonwealth. But those comp were so close to each other,
Yeah.
you know. But I did both. I think at the national that year in 2017, I was beaten by a lifter called Daniel Worsley. Worsley won the Europeans that year as
Uh-huh.
a G, and he came back to the UK. So he was a senior now. So I went up against him. Owen couldn't attend that meeting because he was injured. And to be fair, I came second. To me, was a massive improvement from the year before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going from bombing out to 620 for you coming second for almost like what 670 or six. That's a massive a year later. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed that one more. But again, I'm someone that don't give up, isn't I just don't give up because I got the L or because I've lost. I just because I see the improvement. That's what pushed me. Because every comp I do,
Yeah.
I don't see my progress from comp to comp. I see my progress within the calendar year. You know what
Mm.
I mean?
Yeah.
For instance, if I did the British last year, I total 880. So 820, I total at the British. The 820 I total at the British last year. Even when I did world in Malta and I did Sana worker and I did um, Euros, I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
not I did not really compare my performance, my improvement in those comp. I compared my performance when I did the Euros in March again
Yeah. Yeah.
this year. So
Yeah.
the 12 calendar year is very important to me to see where the
Yeah.
strength level is. Why am I able to add on that? If that start declining, that's probably the time we said, you know what, I think I had enough. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah, to me that's the measurement for me is the yearly thing calendar thing. Even if I do a comp now, I told to 850. The next comp I told to 600. It wouldn't tell me anything. I don't give a shit. It's
Mm.
all more about looking at that yearly calendar, where the performance, how the body feels, and then yeah, we go from there.
Fair
But
enough.
this, as I said, the first British after that bomb out, I enjoyed it, and I came second.
Mm. Yeah. How was what is it called, the first like international experience like Commonwealth? How did it like feel different because you were representing the Great Britain?
England at the Commonwealth was again, as I said, Commonwealth is one of them championship. I always said to people, when you're on a burst into the international scene, these are the things that if you get invited to go and do it, just go and do it. You know, and especially now, powerlifting has gone to the level where now these Commonwealth meet, they're just running like any other international. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's no really so much difference about it. When you look at what happened in New Zealand the year before, it
Yeah.
was just amazing, tremendous. Do you know what I mean? So it just, again, to your question, that experience was different for me because I went to represent England in South Africa, and you are up against people that you don't usually talk to or
Mm.
meet or know, different nations, different coaching stuff around, different people
Yeah.
have got different strategies and all of that. It's not just like at the British where you already know where people's strengths lie. Okay, if that person miss 1, 2, I win. And if I make 2, 3 attempts there, I win. Do you know what I mean? Because the
Yeah.
British, you pretty much know that. But these count international to me was really like surprising because you don't know people's training. And back then, no many people used to be social media savvy to check
Yeah.
what people do. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you facing people that you've never met, you don't know how it is. So on the day they load the bar, you lift, they lift. I remember, I think it was in in Potchefstroom in South Africa. In my weight class, there was a lifter from I think India, if I recall.
Mm.
And his opening deadlift was 300 kilo. At that time,
Mm.
I was only 270, 280 pull up. And I was looking at that, I was like, fuck, this man is opening 300 kilo. There's no way I'll win this. There's
Mm.
no way. And
Yeah.
this one
Damn.
literally was just in the warm up room. No, even in, like, the combat was started,
Oh
you know?
my.
I was just like 300 kilo open, fuck me. Jesus, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna have fun. There's no way I'm winning here. So, but at the end, the result was I won, and this person came like what, fifth or seventh,
Poof.
something like that,
Yeah.
just because the 300 kilo was too much.
Mm.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
okay.
I think they bomb. I think they bombed out. I think they bombed out. Yeah, because the 300 on the deadlift.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn. Okay.
Ah,
So again, like international, you meet different people, you know what I mean? You hear different stories, you see different experience. So to me, that first one was it was surprising to see people's decision. I think I've learned a lot from that when it comes to
Mm.
international competition. So yeah, that taught me a lot.
Interesting. Also, I don't really understand how it works there. So the GB, that would be like the whole like Scotland and England. Like how what does that entail? And then how do you have like all England's and the British? What's the difference?
So in GB, of course, when you see the British team internationally, it means England, Wales, Scotland, we're all in one team.
Okay.
But I think with Northern Ireland, if I'm not mistaken, we all in one team as British team,
Mm.
right? So I
mm,
mean, lifted from all these countries can represent GB. That's why we have the like of like Annie Nelson, Tasman Campbell. These are Scottish, and
Okay.
ah,
we had
okay.
Owen Hubbard in the past. Owen is Welsh. Do you know what I mean?
Uh.
So these are British. But when you come to the Commonwealth, we represent our respective countries individually. Like me,
Mm.
England, Owen will represent Wales, Annie will represent Scotland. You know,
Okay.
Okay.
we have got what you call inter. I can't call it interdivisional, but I can call it like inter-countries championship, which is we
Yeah.
call it England. The Welsh have got the Welsh Open, and the Scottish have got the Scottish Open. The Irish have got the Irish Open. So when they do this championship in the countries, the winners or the top two, whatever, they're the ones that get the first refusal invite to the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
But however, to be in the Team GB, we all have the British Championship.
Yeah.
This is where we all meet, all the nations from all across the UK. We meet, we
Yeah.
compete. Winners go to World, go to the Europeans because that's
Yeah.
not England or Wales or Scotland separate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's no, you don't see that in other countries or places, right?
Yeah, because we are Great Britain, isn't it?
Mm, yeah, yeah. But then Ireland, like that would be Southern Ireland, and they have their own team.
Yeah, the Irish that's different. The Republic
Yeah,
Republic is different. Republic they're different from us. That they have their own team. So yeah, they don't. I think they don't even come to the Commonwealth. They are the
Ah,
Europeans. So yeah, they just go to the
yeah.
Europeans the World Championship. So yeah,
okay, that's interesting. Okay, so how was 2018? I'm pretty sure that was your first Worlds, right? It was in
yeah,
Texas.
2018. Yeah, that was in Canada by the way. It was not in Texas.
Oh,
Well, that was in Canada. Yeah,
yeah.
2017. That's what's killing in Texas. That's the
Okay.
one I didn't go. Um, 2017, of course, again, 2017, I watched that at home. It was
Yeah.
interesting what to watch. 2018, of course, I did the British in 2017. I came second in 2017.
Okay.
They picked, they picked the British team. from that year for the year after. But I didn't make the team as a let's say like number one draft or whatever they call it. I didn't
Yeah.
make the team that way, so they put me in the reserve. But this time, we used to have what we call our squad were different from the squads that we have in nowadays.
Okay.
Back then, the squad was they picked the team out of the 8 man team. They'll pick like 6 man, right? Six
Mm.
man that can be competitive. The two spots, those spots will be open for every other weight class that people that came second and third, right?
Ah,
Okay.
So
okay.
you meet at the squad, right? I think it's 6 weeks or 7 weeks before the ward. You meet at the squad, you lift as much as you can lift. You make weight, you lift as much as you can lift. The biggest wilks make the team
Mm.
Okay.
because we used to
Okay.
use Wilkes then. So the biggest Wilkes make the team. So 2018, I got the team through. I got in the team through that. We turned up. I think it was in Welsh. We all listed, and then at the end, of course, I had the biggest Wilkes. So I thought everybody, it was favoring me because I'm a lighter lifter.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I end up on the team with everybody in 2018 like that, and got my invite to the world. It was exciting. I had to travel all the way to Canada. I've never been in Canada in my life.
Mm.
We traveled all the way to I think it was Calgary.
Yeah.
Took my missus with me. Of course, Joey came with me. It was I think to be fair, I've enjoyed many international, but that one was one of the best I've ever been to.
Mm.
Not
Okay.
because of the competition itself, it's just because of the experience.
Mm.
Being away,
Yeah.
proper away, lifting for your country, and then enjoying the sightseeing, and no, basically, there's no pressure, So that was the first one that I went up. I didn't go up against. I can't say I went up against Russ and Gibbs and Owen. I can't say that because I was nobody even remembered that I went to 2018. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that was the first that I could probably say I shared the platform with Russ,
Ah,
Greg
Yeah.
Gibbs, Owen, and the rest. That was the first one. I think I came like eighth or something. But the experience was just like I think after that World Championship, I said to myself, you know what? The way I felt at that World Championship, I would never ever allow myself to feel like that again.
Mm.
Where you go to a World Championship, you're nobody.
Mm.
Well,
yeah.
nobody. You're lifting, whether you're getting your lift, whether you're missing your lift, no one cares. I said to myself, never again in my life. I'll go to an international and feel like that. So it
Yeah.
means simple. Put the work in, get stronger,
Yeah.
so people can talk about you. So yeah, that's what 2018 did for me.
Interesting. All right. How was the next year? Was it any different at the next Worlds? Were you at that Worlds?
Yeah, the next year was 2019, which I did
Yeah.
the one in Sweden. That
Yeah.
one again, that was great. Again, these World Championships I've done, it's so hard to probably like rate every single one of them because every single one of them have got different experience. 2019 was great. So we turned up to Elsenburg, I think. I think I was
Yeah.
in group. I was in group B. There were so many people. So I was in group B in 2019. But I said to myself, I'm gonna be in group B, but I will make sure I win that group B.
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
I don't care
Yeah.
what people think or what people say. I know there was that. I think that group B had about 14 lifters or 13 lifters. I said
Yeah.
like, I'm not nominated. I was nominated, I think, 15 or 16th. I was like, I'm winning this group. But my job is
Yeah.
Mm.
to be on the top 10. My job, literally, the job was I was nominated at 15 or 16, but the job was I need to make the top 10. I don't
Yeah.
care how I'm going to do it. I just need to make top 10. And I did
Yeah.
that. I won the group and I made top 10. I was like ninth or something like that, or 10th or something like that, somewhere like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I made that, and the reality is, like, again, as I said, the experience became really different because I start getting stronger and I start getting confident with my lift.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Being on those big stage, I know I can deliver, I can do this. So I think that's what stems with everything else. And of course, after 2019, um, COVID hit. When COVID hit,
Yeah.
it's just like everything changed, isn't it? You
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
how rewarding. You know, me, I think COVID did wonders for me. To be fair, I can't just
Okay.
stay here being negative about it because I'm fortunate enough to have a home with a garage.
Yeah.
So during COVID, I bought equipment, and of course, Mr. Paul Marsh, the British headquarters, a good friend of mine, borrowed me the weight that I needed. So I think 200
Nice.
I think he got me like 240 kilos. You know,
Yeah.
Bethnal Green weightlifting club got me the bar, and then I ordered a rack. So during COVID, I was training, and that's when my strength literally evolved because I
Yeah.
Okay.
trained and trained and trained and trained. The whole 2020, 2021 came about, and of course, I had the invite for World already. I missed the 2020 World.
Yeah.
2021, the invite for World was there. They asked me to, I think 2021, 2019, first of all, I did the British. I came second again. So 2018,
Okay.
I came, 2017, I came second. 2018, I came second. 2019, I came second.
Damn.
Uh, but
Oh.
basically, probably like in Britain, I'm one of the lifter only that have gone to the British this many times, and it's just coming second. People used to call me Mister Two. I always come second, and and I didn't mind. I embraced it because
Yeah.
everybody was I was going up against, they were top lifters in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They were top
Yeah.
lifters, so I didn't mind that. But yeah, but in 2021, I got an invite for World in
Okay.
the Lako HQ in Sweden.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just had a baby, and he was like
Mm.
3, 4 months old. He was a little baby. I was like, no, I can't leave my missus with a 4 month old at home during this period of COVID and travel
Mm.
abroad. So that's why you see
Yeah.
when Russ won his second world championship, I wasn't there.
Mm.
I wasn't there to share the platform with these guys. You know what I mean? The Enna and then
Yeah.
the Yanis, of course, all of these guys. I just watched at home. Christian, I think, wasn't part of the matches on the 83. I was watching at home and I loved it. And I think that's it to myself. Like, oh, come on, I'm glad to miss it, but for the right reasons. And yeah, that's the one that I missed. And
Mm. Okay.
went to the British. I think the British I did that year, that was the first comp since 2019 for me. So it means
Wow.
I almost,
Okay.
I almost had to showcase my COVID strength
Yeah.
to that comp. Um,
Yeah.
just imagine when I did the last comp I did before that 2021 comp. The last comp I did was the British in 2019, where I
Mm.
taught, I think, 732 or something like that, somewhere around that. The one
Okay.
where Christian beat me. So in 2021, when I went to the British, I was going up against Owen again.
Again. Wow.
Mm.
Okay.
So of course we had Nathan, James. I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. But I know these kids, Nathan and James were younger coming in. They were strong as fuck. But I said to myself,
Mm.
wow, every year I come to the British, there's no break for me. I
Are
always
you
have
Yeah.
talking
to fight.
about Nathan Givao and James
Yeah,
Adcock?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They came in and
Okay.
there was that because the comp was so close. It was just in the 83. It was just four of us: Nathan,
Mm.
James,
Yeah.
Owen, and me. I was like, "There's four of us, but these are the four best 93s in the country." Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? Why is life is not fair? Have some to give me a break. So I went into that. Of course, I won that one. I taught, I think, 767.5,
Okay.
so which was huge from where my total was.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
literally showed how friendly or good COVID was for me in terms of my training.
Mm.
Yeah, and I qualified for the Euros, and I went to the Euros that year. So
Mm.
yeah, I went to Euros in
Nice.
December where I faced Yannick, Emilio, and myself in the 83s. So yeah,
That was also in Sweden, right?
yeah, that was my first Euros in Sweden in Västerås. So yeah, that's my first
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
my first
nice.
of the 4 Euros I've done.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay. How was the years after? So then we have 2022, 23, and then where we're at now.
Yeah, the thing is like
It's a big
after
turning
that
point.
year, yeah, that Euros at 2021, that's what literally made me believe. I just, I know I do it just as a hobby, but it made me believe, oh, I have the strength to be competitive.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because I went to that Euros, winning the British, went to the Euro against these guys. Again, as I said, it was one of them ones. These are deadlifters. You know, Yannick can pull. Was
Yeah.
pulling over. These are the guys that went up against that deadlift battle in 2021
Yeah.
at World, where they were switching world record like nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anna, Raf, Emilio, Christian, and Yanis. So I went to the Euro and I was got up against these two, and I'm thinking, and I didn't
Mm.
have a deadlift then, and I was like, wow, I'm going up against these two, and I don't have a deadlift. So all I need to do, I need
Poof.
to squat and bench and pull whatever. So yeah, because when you see again, the result was not that bad because I went in with 67. I finished the comp with 777.5,
Okay.
and I came third. Emilio total 780, and Yanis total 782.5.
Poof.
So
So it was really
realistically,
tight.
one lift, and I missed my last deadlift.
Ah, okay.
Do
What
you
was
know what I mean?
that last deadlift?
I think 322. I think.
Okay, so you were already up there in the 300s.
Yeah, that was for the win, I think, because if
Yeah.
I locked at 322, that was for the win, I think.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
but I missed that last deadlift, but it didn't bother me much because it just showed me where my strength was because I missed my second squat on depth and I came back, I retook the 290 and I got it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So to me, in my head, I was thinking, okay, now I know what I need to do when I go international. I need to come out with free squat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to come out with three bench, and then the deadlift, I would just go for it. You know what I mean? So,
Fair
and
enough.
then made me believe like if that plan works, then I can be competitive. So, fast forward, of course, we go 2021. I did the British in 2022. I think I hit like 782 at the British,
Okay.
and then I went to no 788 at the British in
Yeah.
2022, and I went to South Africa. So South Africa was my third world championship.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that was, of course, against Anna, Delaney, and the rest. Because Delaney was coming in as of course, as a favorite because he just hit like what 822 like year or the year before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then he just won the national coming in. Of course, I went into South Africa as I'm gonna go in, but I'm gonna podium. I don't know where I'm gonna end up,
Mm.
but I will podium. But me being stupid, I flew to South Africa the day before I compete. So I was 17 hours
What?
before I compete. So yeah. So it was madness. So I arrived in South Africa around what? I arrived in South Africa around I think it was around now and it was 7, 8 p.m. and the waiting was the next day at 5 p.m.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah.
What?
And
So
how
yeah.
much time difference is there?
Oh, so the first of all, like let's say the flight was about 15 hours first of all. Right?
Damn.
And the time difference between us and South Africa, I really have no idea to be honest. But we have got a considerable amount of time difference between us and South Africa. Um, I arrived there,
Let me
so
check it out. Eh,
Right now it's the same, I think.
because it's with
it's only 1 hour difference.
yeah.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
that's not too bad. So yeah,
Yeah.
but it is the flight time that takes a lot out
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
you.
15
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
It's,
So I arrived there. I arrived in South Africa, and the day I went in, I said to myself, I think I've just ruined my chance of podium in here. Of course, Team Monegadi came in as the strongest on the platform. Every
Mm.
single preview, the new team is going to win, the lane is going to come second, and third is going to be a scrap
Damn.
for all of us. Do you know what I mean? They knew
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
I was like, cool. I said, I just need to do what I need to do. So, yeah, of course, I competed. I did what I had to do, and I came second. And to
Mm.
Nice.
me,
Okay.
to me, that second was not just because it was one of the best positions I've ever placed internationally. And I'm talking about in the World Championship, but there was a lot of things were going on in my life,
Yeah.
And for
Yeah.
me to fly to South Africa the day before and come second, I know I boasted about it, but it means a lot. That second meant so much to me because the only reason I flew the day before is because My son was birthday was the day before that.
Oh wow.
Could not
Um,
miss my son's
Damn.
first birthday. There's no way.
His
Do you know what I
first
mean?
yeah,
birthday. Wow.
Yeah, I said there's no way I'll miss
Mm.
my son's birthday. It's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
It's nearly
It's not
like
gonna happen.
Jonathan Garcia's story right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Similar.
When Jonathan was talking on KOTL,
Yeah.
I felt for him and I understand what he
Mm.
meant. You know what I mean? I couldn't miss his birthday. There's no way. I literally said to myself, I'm not gonna miss his birthday. I'll go in and fly. Even if I'm gonna have to open with 100 kilo squatting on that platform, I don't give a fuck.
Mm.
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? But I cannot miss his first birthday. So yeah, that's what really happened for me, to be fair. And but rather than that, is one of them ones where after the championship things just pick up. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Things start like showing up in terms of like what you want, how you want to do it, and then you get a nutritionist to come in to help
Mm.
me with nutrition,
Okay.
and of course you start looking at the programming, you start increasing this frequency, and then the list start blowing. So yeah, and I went from totaling 782 at the
Yeah.
World Championship in South Africa. And then in that December, I went to the Euros, and I was the first European to total 800.
Mm. Yeah. I remember seeing that. That's the meet that I saw you for the first time from.
Yeah. So yeah.
Mm.
So that's one, because again, when I came back from South Africa and I did the Arnolds, at the Arnolds at the UK, I had a strength for 800 kilos. But for some
yeah,
reason, again, as I said, you need variables like your food need to be controlled. You need to eat.
Yeah.
You need that. And then those variables, and of course, you need to lift to standards. Sometimes you just feel like you load the bar, you lift the weight, you think you're lifting to standards. No. Sometimes when people criticize lift, don't just think like people are hating you or they don't like what you're doing. No, it's just like some people actually genuinely care and they
Mm.
want to use
yeah,
well. So that's why they're giving you this feedback. So again, yeah, that I know makes like if I made a lot of mistakes on that platform, which is pissed me off because I knew when you make mistakes, you have got the strength to lift that way, but it was a stupid mistake. That
Mm.
that's really angry. So that's when I went to the Euros. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to score anything less than 300. I'm sorry, it's not gonna
Mm.
happen. So
yeah.
yeah, that's what happened at the Euros. So yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned you got a nutritionist. It's kind of a meme that you like don't eat, or at least you used to not eat.
Oh,
How was like your body weight? Like you've been competing by then, like
the thing
a
is that
good amount of
there's
time in the same weight class. How was your
yeah,
like all of
the
that?
body weight, like the body weight is like my body weight fluctuate. It does that,
Mm.
even now, like
Yeah.
even now, Pedro will tell you, I'll wake up sometime. Funny enough, I'll go to I'll go to bed at 85, 84, and
Okay.
I wake up. There's days where I wake up at 83. Days I wake up at 82. I can
Oof.
lose 2 kilos within one night, within just one
What?
sleep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's
What?
that's that's my body weight. It's just insane. So I needed a nutritionist to help me manage that. Because before, again, as I said, I used to eat like 9 to 1,500 calories a day because I didn't know
Wow.
what's the benefit of having many calories. Because to me was I wake up in the morning, I would skip breakfast, I would sit at my desk, I
Wow.
work, and then when I finish, if I need to train, I'll get like a banana or something or whatever, some nuts. I'll eat it and I'll go and train. And when I finish training, I'll have my dinner and I'll go to bed.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
crazy.
I didn't even have what do you call it, protein shake, or creatine. I
yeah,
didn't even know what
yeah,
creatine was. I didn't have
Mm.
all these things. So and up to 2022 in South Africa, I was lifting raw. When they say raw, raw.
yeah,
No pre-workout. You know what I mean?
Mm.
No all this hydration fuel. No, man. I used to have what? I used to have noodles before I compete.
oh.
I'll have a pot of noodles, and I'll have one banana, and I'll go through the whole meal.
Oh my.
You know what I
Crazy.
mean? So I just needed a guide that would tell me this is what you need to eat, this is how you prep for comp, and then we've seen that result because even when I hit 800 at the Euros, it's because I had that guidance,
Yeah.
from Kendrick. He was like, look, you have the strength, but can you try to do this left and right and center? you see your strength will increase. And I did that, and the results, we saw the results. And then since then, and it's been helping, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
guys,
like
I just need to go to the bathroom real quick.
no problem. So like the second you started like thinking about your nutrition, you got a nutritionist, you went from like the high 700s and you broke through into 800.
Yeah, the second kg jumped in. Of course, I broke to 800.
Mm.
In I did 800 in December, and 3 months later, I did 820.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the reality of things is, it doesn't mean I go stronger in those 3 months
Yeah,
or I go
yeah,
stronger in those 6 months. No, the strength was always there to do for those numbers.
yeah,
It's just that you need the guidance and you need the right environment for you to hit it on a platform.
yeah.
Because I always say this every time I compete, I know that if I go 9 for 9, I will be hard to beat and I will be hard to be caught if I go
Mm.
9 for 9. And if I don't go 9 for 9, then I'm an easy pick. And then the reality is, because of the nutrition that was not done properly, I was not doing it properly, I was not eating properly, and that 9 for 9 performance was hard for me to
Yeah,
get. Because I'm not eating proper. How do you expect me to lift and non-lift when there's not enough fuel on the body?
yeah.
But since I'm looking after my nutrition now. Things, and to be fair, since 2022 September, I've done many comps,
Mm.
but only one that did not go my way, which was Malta last
Yeah,
year. But even that Malta championship, if you look at the strength, I was not lacking strength. Something
yeah,
just did not click in that competition, and because I went 5 for 9, and I total 790.
yeah, yeah,
5 for 9. So if I went 9 for 9, if I know we're sitting here, we're just talking about if, which is like
yeah, yeah,
we shouldn't be talking about if. But the reality is, when you look at the data, if you added 2 lifts, 3 lifts, and that five competition result, and then again we're talking about over 800, and then maybe
yeah,
we're talking about podium, maybe you're talking about challenging the person that won. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's just like, these are the key things that need to be catered and ticked for you to perform. So yeah, and which is probably I didn't do. That's why I paid for it.
Yeah,
But nutrition has played a big part in the last few years for me.
yeah. How was your intake? Like, what type of macros and calories did Kedrick first give you when you started? Like, where did you
So
start off at?
he didn't wanted me to go ham straight, start hitting like a proper 83 or start
Yeah,
hitting like a proper powerlifter. No, because he left me to go 2 weeks to him to get the data, to just record what I was eating in those 2 weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then he came out with the average of about like 1,700 calories a day.
okay.
Right? So he said, okay, I'm not going to push you hard to increase this. What we're going to do, we take it slow by slowly. So I went from 1,700 to 1,900, only 200 calories. You know what I
Okay.
mean? 1,900, and I went to 2,000, and I went to 2,500, and then now, I think my highest day I've eaten 3,000 calories, but I felt like I was
Mm.
not being, do you know what I mean? But that was just once.
Okay.
That was just once. So, but my average is between 20, between 2,000 to 2,003 to 2,500. That's my average.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still no big, but that
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
average alone is giving me the fuel I need to train, because I've always been a volume based athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That average is helping with the recovery, is helping with everything. So yeah, hopefully after the World Championship this year, we'll try and increase that to see what else we will get. So yeah,
Yeah. And on that, you're like with those like with that intake, you're still like you're not sitting much over 83.
no,
That
no, 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 because
yeah.
those intake is like um the average body weight we're talking about, again, as I said, like 84. Sometimes I'm lucky at 85.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the
Okay.
only reason for that is because I sit on my desk every day. My job is sitting on the desk in front of a screen for, yeah, from morning to the afternoon. So you don't really get that much movement.
Mm.
So I have to force myself to go and do cardio after work. So
Yeah,
go
that's
and do
good.
some steps. But yeah, but that is helping massively. That is helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How tall are you, by the way?
I'm 5'7". I'm not tall, mate.
Okay, so yeah, 5'7" and 83. Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting because, for example,
But don't
myself.
worry, I'm tall. I'm taller than Gavin. Don't worry. So he's an 83. So that means I still have hope.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Okay.
for example with myself, I'm 5'5" and I'm a 66, and for me I have to eat like 3,500. Otherwise I go down in weight.
Yeah,
So
but
it's a
because
struggle.
you guys are foodie people. Some people are foodie people. They can eat food, but me, it's just like food is just. I've never been a foodie guy. I've never been
Mm,
a guy that sit there just eat all fancy food, like people using the word nowadays. Fancy food. I fancy having this. I fancy having a steak. No, I don't. I just
mm.
eat. My body's asking me, you need to eat. So
S-
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
So you don't like food, it's just fuel.
it just feel, mate. Whatever you put in front of me, I'll eat. But it just feel. But I'm not there. I'm not gonna salivate because I'm looking at something. Like, oh my god, I want to have that. Oh yeah, nah. I don't do that.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. Could you give us like a little recap of 2023 then? Because that was a pretty much like a breakthrough year, especially at the British when you hit that big
Yeah,
tournament for Worlds.
2023 was good. It was one of them ones where I enjoyed the British. But again, the British that performance of the British was fantastic. It was a good
Yeah.
performance
Yeah.
at all at 320. But when people do performance, you sometimes have to see the environment where people have done it. I did that
Yeah.
performance of the British. I did not have no competition. I had to pick my numbers. That's why
Yeah.
I went so bonkers on some of these numbers. I opened, I think, with 280 squat. I won 303 and I won 310.5. Who fucking does that?
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Especially like 300 was my best squat in comp. But I decided to go 303 for second. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
yeah. So it was a great performance, but the thing is, I know where I'm sitting. I know that performance was done without no competition. I've had to pick the numbers. I had to pick. It's almost like I had to control the environment to get that performance. But
Yeah.
again, at the
Yeah.
same time, I can't say you have to forget about it or not think of count it. We can still count it as a performance,
Yeah.
but I had to go things around me that almost helped that performance.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
was like
Even
a perfect external variables, basically like a really good SBD day in the gym.
exactly, exactly. That's how I see it. To me, that's how I see it. And to me, the 800 I did at the Euros 3 months prior, that was their performance
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
at that Europeans we saw
In
Mirko
Poland,
style.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
judging there was crazy. Yeah.
yeah. So for me to go to a pump like that and hit 800 as a first
Yeah.
European at 83, that I don't think any international in RPF will ever beat that me when it
Mm.
comes to
I
judging.
don't know if Russ could have even hit 800
Do you know what I mean?
there.
I mean, I'm not here to speculate, but all I'm saying is that I mean, we saw the likes of Gustav bombing
Yeah,
up.
Pana too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Panda bombing up, and Gustav only got one squat.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he squats to standard usually, so that yeah.
Exactly. So to me, that me was just savage, and for me to come out that me, I went 8 for 9 on that me.
Yeah.
To me, that's huge.
Yeah.
With those type of standards. So that to me literally trumped the 820 I did at the British.
Pretty
But
yeah.
again,
Mm.
leading to Malta, of course, we touched down on Malta in terms of like the 790 the strength you can see leading to Malta. That prep was ridiculously disgusting. It
Yeah.
was I was strong as fuck. When I was saying on social media, I was saying I was the strongest guy leading to that. I was not kidding. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
strong as fuck. It just again, as I said, the variables that day, I don't know what I did wrong, what we didn't control, and everything just went fall apart. But that's something we learn from.
Mm.
We move
What were
on.
your biggest numbers in prep? Like your biggest singles in squat bench deadlift?
That meet, I think I did 312. I did 312. I did 180, and I pulled 332.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did all of that. It was like a week out. You
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
Damn.
so the body did not recover enough to.
Uh,
That's why you see I had that meet in the motor that everything went south for me. And
Yeah.
then a week later,
Oh
when
yeah,
I did
yeah.
final work, I did final work. I didn't train. In Malta, I was
Exactly.
yeah,
pissed.
You
I
tapered
just want,
basically.
yeah. I went on a holiday with my family. I left the holiday. We came home. A few days later, I packed my bags and I went to Paris.
Yeah.
So I didn't train, and I went there. I squatted what 302. I squatted 302, bench 177, and pulled 335.
Yeah.
damn.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so it was one of them ones like it's just like I cannot explain what happened in the motor 2 weeks prior to that. I know people have, I mean, of course, experts in this sport have got their opinions, their thoughts about what they believe might have happened, but it is what it is. I just
Yeah.
put it behind and move on. But
Yeah.
yeah,
How was
that's what it took.
how's the silent worker meet experience? Because I've like on video when you see it and what you hear like from lifters is that they have like a really good
Mate,
atmosphere and community in France. Like how is that?
Mr. Sheffield 2.0.
Okay.
They just don't have one thing like is Sheffield have got the money, they have got the production.
Yeah.
Right? But silent worker in terms of like the crowd, right? People
Yeah.
wanting you to make it was incredible. It was incredible. I've lifted a world. I've lifted some of the big meet at the Arnold. The Arnold have a massive crowd, but that crowd of silent worker, I came out from my opener squat. Just imagine, right? I'm great. I'm coming up against French,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? You hit your squat. You thinking I turned back and the people were screaming. I was like, oh my god, they like me.
mm.
You know what I mean? So the experience is like, yeah. These again, I'm gonna go again this year. So these
oh,
are the
cool.
things that
Cool.
you have to enjoy. So I think probably that's why I did so well because I going to that meet after the month I had, I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna open with 250, go 270, maybe 275, 280. I'm done. I'm not gonna
Oof.
kill myself. That's why I didn't train. But when I loaded the 280 and I hit that, because the idea was like, if I hit the 280, I'm not coming back again. I'm done. One course done. But the way
mm.
the crowd responded to it, I was like, no, let me load the 390, 295 and let's see how it feels. And I loaded the 295. They screamed again. I was like, you know what? I put 7.5 kilo on top of that. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So it was a very good experience. A very good experience. I loved it. I loved it. And
Cool.
plus,
Nice.
the way they treated us there, you felt like you're a professional athlete.
Mm.
That's so
Yeah.
yeah.
Did they fly you out and stuff?
So we flew ourselves,
Okay.
but the guys they took care of everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Took care of, and they made sure that every single international that came in were looked after. So yeah, they
Nice.
did a
Nice.
wonderful job.
How do they select lifters? Is it just like whoever they sponsor, or how does that work?
No. I think they have got a selection criteria this year. I think there is okay. Me, I'm fully sponsored by them, but there's the likes of Christian, Petrie, Emil is full sponsored as well. There's a few French lifters going in as well. So yeah, not just who is sponsored by them. I think they have got their own criteria, which is really I have no idea what it is, but yeah,
Yeah,
Cool.
okay.
That's definitely something to aim for us when we're like
it's great. It's a great meet. So the saddest part is just because it's only a week after World.
yeah.
That's the saddest part about it because you're not gonna get people pushing. But if they can manage to push that meet around like deep down July or August, oh man, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Yeah.
huge. So they just need to work with the calendar. But yeah, it's great.
Cool. Cool. So where are you? What are your thoughts like right now? Now you're gonna go. What is this? Your fourth world championship or fifth?
Yes, this is my I think fifth. Is it fourth? Fifth.
Yeah.
Fifth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
my fifth world championship. So it's just improve every year, isn't it? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Improve and do better than the year before. Unfortunately, if last year, I did much better, and this year will just be like, oh, let me go and have fun. But this year is like do better than I did last year. So make sure
Okay.
the variables are controlled. Go there, have a good fight with everybody else. Training is done. Training has been wonderful. I have no
Mm.
faith issue in training that probably gave me doubt or thought about what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. All the numbers that was prescribed in training, including the set rep, frequency, everything has been hit to the T.
Mm.
So we are in a position where we just have to rest, go there, and just execute. Again, I know you look at the position. Of course, Rock is coming in as the favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't get it twisted because he's coming in with 860. I know people are talking so much shit about him, his squat depth, and all of that stuff. But one thing we know, Rock always deliver on internationally.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
he can be international, he's never failed a squat. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm.
we can't say like, oh yeah, he's not gonna hit that. But it is what it is for him to lose. You know, that's a fact. It's for like Russ to lose. But we all going there to give our all because then powerlifting, anything. Look what happened to me last year in the motor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ended up being sixth from being nominated second with 820, and I ended up with 8796. So yeah, it's going to be a very good one, right? Because I've seen the likes of Giannis, they're coming in very strong as well. And now, of course, always Coffee, it's going to give it a go. It's going to be
Yeah.
an interesting one. It's not going to be just one with people thinking what they're thinking is going to be. So I believe the A3 on Tuesday next week, people have to tune in and just watch.
For sure.
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
any numbers in mind that you want to hit?
Ah, the funny thing, right? I'm not really gonna lie to you. You can ask my coaches; they will tell you. I don't. They set the numbers. I don't like knowing about them. I
Mm.
don't like numbers. When I set numbers, it's almost like I'm limiting myself somewhat. If I said to you like I'm going to work to hit 840, 850, or 860, that's me limiting myself. Why
Yeah.
should I limit myself there? Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So one thing I know is the squat has gone really, really, really well. So I should be able to hit more than anything I've ever hit on the platform.
Yeah.
Bench has been the best lift with the prep.
Okay.
So I will be surprised if I go there and I only bench 170 or 180. I'll be surprised.
Okay.
If I do that, I'll be surprised. And deadlifts, Jesus Christ, the top end on deadlifts, I don't even know my top end on deadlifts. I really don't know,
Mm.
honestly. Because after I did the 322 for four,
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, people have the calculator, people doing the math. Some people saying, oh, your top end is 340, your top end is 350, some top end is 355. But I don't know what my top end is. All
Mm.
Yeah.
I know is I'm gonna go there and hit a bigger deadlift than I've ever hit in my life because I would need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would need
for
that
sure.
deadlift. I'm gonna hit. And then I don't care what they load on the bar. I've prepped myself to pull. If they load 330, I'm gonna pull 330. 340,
Mm.
I'll pull 350, I'll pull 350. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
360. If I need 360, I will pull 360, and I don't give a
Mm.
shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in terms of the numbers, again, I've really been honest. I don't know what the top end numbers are, but one thing I know is I'm stronger than I've ever been before. So
Yeah.
anything is possible. If I need to hit some number for me to podium or come second or win, I think I will. I will.
Yeah.
Okay. How
So
important?
do you have
Yeah.
any like certain goals for worlds? Like, for
Oh,
example, we have World Games,
Yeah,
or
I was
do
just
you
gonna
have,
ask, how important is World Games for you? Like, would you
yeah. I'm,
prioritize that over like uh gold, pulling for gold?
I'm 36 years old, right? It means I'm an old dude. So World Games would be exciting for me to attend World Game. At least once in my life, I say I've been to the World Game,
Yeah, because the
right?
next one you'll be 40, right?
Exactly, I'll be a
So,
monster. Even though you get people like Tony Cliff that's still killing it, it's still gonna
mm,
make the World Game team. But the reality is like it just compete, make sure I make that podium, you know, second, third, I make that podium because if you make podium, you qualify for the World Games.
yep,
yeah,
Me is like making the podium, doing better than I did last year. I have to do better than I did last year. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
have to. You know what I mean? So, and I have the strength to be top three. There's no way I don't have the strength to be a top 83 in the world.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
That's practically impossible.
yeah,
So yeah, so he's making that podium and qualifying for the World Games to go and have fun in China.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Have you ever
Yeah.
been in China?
No, never, never. It'll be in the first one. It'll be interesting if I can make when I make it. If when I make that, I qualify next week. It'll be good for me to start arranging the travels already and see if I can enjoy China like everybody
Mm,
else. Like China is fun. So
yeah,
yeah,
for sure. When are you flying to Worlds? Not the day before
Sunday.
this time, right?
No, 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 Sunday. I'm flying Sunday. I'm
Sunday.
flying.
Okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to fly on Saturday, but my airline like just messed me up. They changed my flight left, right, Sundays. But
Damn.
yeah, I'm flying Sunday. But the good thing is I'm flying so early. It's not gonna feel like I'm flying Sunday. It's just gonna feel like flew yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very early. I'm flying
Yeah.
in, so
How
I will
long
have the
is
whole
it?
day. Huh?
How long is
It's
the
only
flight?
2 hours. It's only 2 hours.
Two. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That's fine. And the time
Yeah, don't
difference
worry.
is like
I'm
one
no.
hour.
Yeah,
So
I don't have the excuse of flying. Like I can't use that excuse. I can't.
yeah.
I'm no New Zealand. Someone from New Zealand, or I'm no an American where the flying hours and hours and like, the Russell will be flying like what 7 8 hours. No, I'm only
yeah.
flying for 2 hours, so there's no excuse at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Do you have any message for your competitors at Worlds?
Yes, the message is boys, just come in healthy. You know, fuck numbers, fuck who does what, just have fun, right? Just
Yeah.
enjoy this the experience because people like I know there's a competitiveness mindset around the world of people where they feel like I want to get on that platform, I want to destroy everyone. But
Mm.
remember, if you destroy everybody, you're not gonna have people to compete against anymore. How are you gonna
yeah.
measure your strength if you destroy everybody?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's the exact same thing I said this in the past because people saying like, "Oh, are you scared that Russ is coming back?" Why should I be scared of the fact that Russ is coming back? You know, the fact that Russ is coming back to compete in AE3 with the rest of us is amazing. At least he
Yeah.
can demonstrate his hard work and strength. And
Yeah.
that goes back to the lack of Enna. How would Enna be able to load 400 kilos if Russ and me and Yanis did not exist? He's not going to do
Yeah.
that.
True.
Do you know what I
True.
mean? For
Yeah.
people to see feat of strength, people have to have competition. So me, my message is always like, please, please, guys, this is the last few days before we fly. Take care of yourself. Turn up on Tuesday on form. You know, and I wish everyone luck. Let's go and have fun. Of course, on that platform, we're gonna eat each other. We'll battle it out, and after that, we'll take that group picture. Hopefully, Russ will take it over. We'll take that group picture and we'll laugh because the 83 class. My main missions and my main goal is the 83 to go back to where the 83 used to be.
yeah.
Now people are talking about the 93, people are talking about the 66, people are talking about the
Exactly.
74. Do you know what I mean? This used to be 83. 83 is the one that put powerlifting on the map.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
talk about John Hart
Hacking
and Bray
games.
and
Yeah.
Owen. Yeah. So we need to get 83 to that level. So that means all of us, if Rice is holding the baton himself with the A60, if we have to get the A60, we need to get to A60 with him.
Yeah.
We need to get his weight class to the glory days. So yeah, that's my message. So let's get strong, keep on training, and then we'll get there. It's a long sport. It's a long journey. We'll get there.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
very
Fair
cool.
enough. What are your like? Would you say you have like a favorite athlete or like a? I know you mentioned a lot about Owen Hubbard, but like athletes that inspire you in powerlifting.
Oh, it's hard though. I don't have an inspiration, mate. My inspiration is myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my inspiration is myself. My inspiration is basically everything I've been through in life inspire me to thrive. You
Yeah.
know, I know people out there have done wonderful things. People have achieved so much. People have done things in the right way. Some people look at it and think, "Oh, that guy inspired me." But me, it's hard for me to be inspired by anybody, and it's hard for me to be impressed by anybody. You know, I
Yeah.
get it. People lift a big weight. They're like, "Oh, that's impressive." I'm like, really? Not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, when you put the hard work, it's not really. So yeah, to that question, I've been asked this question many times. My inspiration is literally just myself.
Fair
It's
enough.
what
Yeah.
I've been through in life. My life experience is what actually is pushing me to go where I'm going. So that's me.
Yeah. Well,
I can
talking about that, how is your life outside of powerlifting? What type of job do you have? Like, how's it going with your son
Oh,
and your
I'm
all of that?
um I have a very white shirt job. So I work. I'm into finance, so I work in the office and all of that stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, it has got its own challenges, its own stress. But the good thing is I got a very good support network around my work, around
Yeah.
my my life. My partner. My family, my boss support me a lot. He does follow me when I go and compete, which is
Mm.
really good thing to have his support in that respective. So yeah, work is hard, work is stressful, but I'm being able to manage around it.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Have you ever
Yeah.
thought about like when your son grows up if he would do powerlifting, or do you just think he can do what he wants and I
I
just
mean, I I can plan all I want. I can plan all I want about what he wants to do. But the reality is, like, if you want to do something, there's nothing I can't stop him. You know what I mean? If he's
No.
telling Dad, I want to be a bus driver, how am I going to stop him?
Yeah,
mm,
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? He comes to me and says to me, "Oh, Dad, do you know what? I want to be a cabbie driver."
mm.
I can't stop him. So the good things like I'm just putting all the control together for him in place for him to be able to make the right choice for himself. But
Yeah.
if you ask me, I would probably want him to be an F1 driver. That's my dream, right? I want him
mm.
to be an F1 driver. But even though
Okay.
I am pouring all this investment into that dream of his, and at the same time I know as well when he will get to that age of 15, 18, when he had to make the choice to decide if he want to go to F1 or rally or whatever, if he tells me I don't want to do this anymore, then here we go.
Mm.
500,000 euros gone in the drain. So it is what it is.
yeah.
Do you know
Does
what I mean?
he watch your like competitions and understand, or is he like still too young?
He's 3 years old, so he
Yeah.
loves cars,
Okay.
right? He loves cars. He's into lighting McQueen.
Yeah.
Nowadays he loves things like that, which is making me give me a little bit of hope on that F1 dream. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So yeah, he loves things like that. So hopefully he will carry on. Otherwise, again, I can't force him. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough. What sports do you follow like outside of powerlifting, if you follow any sports?
I follow a lot of sport: boxing, football, tennis.
Okay.
Tennis. I love tennis. I can't play tennis, but I love watching tennis. You
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
golf. I can't play golf again, but I love watching golf. I'm not really so much into basketball or NFL. I'm not really into much into that, and I'm
Yeah.
not cricket. Too many hours. I can't be sitting
Yeah.
3 4 hours watching one game. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I watch of course UFC,
Mm.
F1. Big fan of F1. So yeah, I watch a lot of sports, but I really don't have one I can tell you. Oh, this is my favorite. Football probably is the only one I can say is ahead of all of it. I watch
Yeah.
the sport. Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you think is better, Messi or Ronaldo?
Okay. Let me put it this way. That conversation has been buried since last year.
Yeah, yeah,
So Messi and Ronaldo, the difference is Ronaldo is a hard worker. Everything is done because he worked hard. Messi was born with talent.
yeah.
You can't work hard to have talent,
No.
But if you ask me in your context, you ask Messi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Messi is better than
Who's your
Ronaldo.
favorite UFC fighter?
Oh, okay. Khabib as always.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I think he has got that demon man. He had that demon mentality.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
there's John Jones and the rest, but I think Khabib is just like, yeah, he's gotta love him. You gotta love him. He does what he says. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I want to ask you about, of course, obviously you and some of your friends from GB have also a podcast, Sabro Sessions. How did everything with that start? How did you even come up with the idea?
It's
And
that
yeah, when?
it started as a joke, a group chat. We just said, hang
Yeah,
on, all these shit talk that we do on the group chat. Why don't we just talk in front of the microphone? We said, okay,
yeah,
cool, good. That's been
Mm.
good. Okay, I'm gonna buy the kit. It's been bought the kit, and then we start chatting shit on the microphone. Literally, that's how it started. There's no
nice.
plan around it. It was just a group chat. We said, if we get this group chat, this toxic group chat on a microphone, people enjoy it. That's why we started, literally.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember the first episode where you were talking to James, right?
yeah. James
Yeah.
Hancock and what's his name? Nathan. Sorry, I forgot Nathan's
Yeah,
name. So
exactly.
yeah, So yeah, it was literally like that. So the reality, that's what you see with Sabado. Everything goes. You know what I
yeah,
mean? We don't have all this and let's not talk about it. We just talk about anything because
Yeah.
it's almost like the same conversation you have in your group chat. You just say on a microphone.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, it's really funny. You guys always say you can say anything. It's a safe space.
Yeah, it's a safe space. We are safe. We are safe. People that will be listening, they're not safe, but we are safe.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
yeah. What were last questions now? Like short and long term goals. Short term, like this year, and long term, like your whole career. What would you say are your short and long term goals in this sport?
Short on in the sport, short term is get to world, do better than I did last year, right? And see what I'm capable as an 83 in the next year or two.
Yeah.
Right? What my body can do when I'm a fully fledged 83. And after that, and then moving up, if I can move out to weight class
Mm.
and go to
Okay.
93 and see if what I can do. So it's not even about beating and being stronger than 93. It's just like eating more like everybody else, like what they say
Yeah.
eating. I can start eating and start blending things and
Hmm.
see what I'm capable of. That's long term. Again, that is time to just carry on lifting and see
Yeah.
where it leads. Where it leads. Because again, to me, I don't have a time frame in powerlifting. I can jump powerlifting anytime I want. It could be maybe after World, maybe after the British this year. Whenever I feel like I'm needed on the other side, my family needs me, they need my time, and then I'll
Yeah.
say bye bye. So I don't have no strings attached to powerlifting at all.
Okay.
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 So,
Nice.
But if by the time you're a master, would you like compete in masters, or would you be like, fuck that?
nah,
As long as
I'm
I'm
gonna
strong
do that
enough.
for that. I think that I believe until I'm 40 plus, I'll still have strength to compete in the open. You
Okay.
know
Yeah.
what I mean? The strength will be there. So yeah. Plus, like I don't have a 6 out of 9 genetics like Mo. No, I believe in my genetics, so I'll be
Yeah.
alright. I'll be alright.
Yeah.
I'll be alright.
Nice.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, Danny, should I do
Yeah.
the?
Let's go for it.
Okay, so we have some fast questions here, like about you, so we can learn more about you. So what kind of music do you listen to in the gym? And if you have one PR song that you can recommend, what would that be?
So what's the second one?
One PR song, like if you were
Going
going to
really
load up
heavy.
the heavy squad.
Music. I never used to listen to music when I train.
Mm.
Right.
Okay.
So for me, people get a lot from music. To me, I wasn't getting much from music. It's only this prep that I stopped listening to music.
Huh.
I listen to a
Okay.
lot of it's not. I listen to a lot of African music. So not many
Yeah.
people know Africa where I'm from. I'm from Congo. I'm from Congo.
Yeah.
I listen a lot of Congolese music, especially the music from my childhood. That's why I listen. Not even the new one, because the new one they're all talking so much shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tend to listen to music. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna put my charger in. Can you still hear me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I listened to the music from my childhood when I was a kid. That music means a lot to me than nowadays.
Mm.
Yeah. In terms of PR, I think it's. I would like to test where my deadlift is, right? Test because I've never pulled a heavy deadlift on a deadlift only day. Never done that.
No, but we meant the question was like what a PR song, like a song you would listen to when you're gonna hit a
Oh,
PR.
Like if you could
Oh.
recommend one particular song.
Uh,
sorry about that. I didn't hear that
no
properly.
problem. No problem.
If I can recommend a song, I will probably. It's hard. It's so hard. I think if you ask me on the English side, is I'll probably recommend um, Michael Jackson. They don't really care about us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
To me, it's just like that song. When I listen to it, it's like it brings me back to powerlifting. As much as we all fight with each other in the sport and we tell people I'm the best and all that, the reality is outside our sport, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, I recommend that.
All
Yeah.
right.
Nice. What's your favorite exercise in the gym?
I don't have a favorite one, but if I think hard, I will probably say I love squatting, mate.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Of course.
I agree.
Yeah.
What is your favorite movie, or if you don't watch movies, like a TV show or something?
Oh, Big Bang.
Okay, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
So
Big Bang
nice.
Theory. I'm an anime guy. You know, what I mean, I love, of course, I love Bleach. You
Oh,
know,
okay, okay.
now I'm watching Demon Slayer's the second season's out, and I
Mm,
saw One Punch Man. They released a new season as well, and I downloaded that already. So yeah, and yeah, Baki and all of that stuff. But in
okay.
terms of yeah, but Big Bang is one of the TV show that I always play. I always
Yeah,
listen. I go through the season, I restart again. I go through the season, I restart again.
Okay,
yeah,
nice,
nice.
nice.
In your opinion, who is the best lifter in the world right now, both male and female?
The best lifter at the moment in the world is Perkins.
Yeah,
Okay.
We can't go away from it. Perkins is the best lifter in the world. In the women's side, I I this is controversial for me, right? I know Agatha has done some amazing stuff in
yeah,
Sheffield. So when you look at the numbers, she is the best lifter in the
Yeah.
world. But when I look at the compound that has been moving around, I think to me is one of those 84 plus girl between Britain
Okay.
and Sonita. Because if you see Sonita squatting 300 kilos, it's
yeah,
just because
Yeah.
I know how 300 feels.
yeah,
And for a woman to unwrap that thing and go down and come back up, and an RPE as well, you're just thinking like, what the So yeah, to me, it's just like them two. And Brittany, of course, she's just been delivering 710 at Sheffield, and her deadlift looks so strong. So yeah,
yeah,
I
nice.
know that didn't really give an answer there, but it's just like it's
Um,
hard for me to just pick Agatha and not talk about Brittany and Sonita.
Yeah.
It's just
Fair
yeah.
enough.
So if you could go back in time to like when you first started lifting and you could talk to yourself, what one advice would you give your younger self when you started the sport?
do not train while injured
Okay.
Yeah.
because it does not help. Because that stems to that conversation we started when I did my first British. I went to that British injured. I should not have gone to that British.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Okay.
that's probably that stems to the result of my squat being the way it is now and all of that mentally trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. I'm stronger than this. Why can't I squat when it matters? So yeah, but yeah, my advice would be do not train injured. This is a long journey. This is sport is not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
You don't do it now. In 3 6 months time, you do it.
Yeah.
So
Fair
that's the
enough.
only advice I give myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was everything from us. Thank you for taking the time to get on the podcast.
Boys, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope I'll see you guys again very, very soon. And
Yeah.
good luck for your trainings.
For
Yeah.
sure.
You have any shout outs you want to give?
Um, yes, of course. Silent Worker. Thank you guys for the support. And SPD, as always, you've always been there from day one for me. So I appreciate your support and always. And of course, my Sabado boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
Well,
boys.
thank you to the listeners too for listening. Make sure to leave 5 stars on Spotify and like and share on YouTube and all that good stuff. Thanks for listening.